As Communications Week drew to close, a call to communicate with calm conviction and gentle truth resounds louder than ever, especially in an age of noise and conflict. In his interaction with journalists after the Mass at the St. Gabriel's Chaplaincy, the Bishop's chairman for communication, Most Reverend David Ajang, called on communicators to be agents of change by taking ownership of the media and reporting the truth in a balanced way. He charged them to ensure that the good of humanity is at the back of any story they tell, saying that though the truth must be maintained, especially how it fosters human life and unity and togetherness must be maintained for balance.
A delicate balance which those in the media will have to maintain between reporting the truth and then maybe the ownership of the media and then maybe pleasing the government. And I think the take home there was that at the end of the day, the good of humanity must be at the back of every news item that should be reported. While the truth must be maintained, how it either fosters human life and the unity of the country and then the togetherness of the country, that too must be maintained. It's a very delicate balance to maintain. You know, all we can do is to appeal to government to try and see that they make the work of the media such that will be appealing and can be carried out by those in the media. But you know, when you talk to politicians, when they are desperate, there is nothing that they will not do. But I suppose that as experts, and we must give credit to a lot of media personnel who are doing the job well, you know, there is a way the truth is still being reported, you know, without watering down the reality of the situation and yet not getting in the nerves of people. I think the best thing is that the choice of words, you know, the choice of words and then the professionalism, and then when all of those are brought into play, then that can be carried out. But we cannot deny the fact that it's a very delicate balance to maintain. But the good thing is that a lot of people are doing it, and then we encourage those in the media to try and see how they join the number of those who are doing it successfully.
Earlier in a stirring homily to mark World Communication Day, the Director of Social Communications, Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria, Reverend Father Mike Umo, urged Christians to speak the truth of their faith with gentleness, kindness, and empathy. Reflecting on this year's theme, Speak with Gentleness, the Hope that is in Your Hearts, Father Umo drew inspiration from the biblical account of Stephen, who even under persecution bore witness with humility and forgiveness.
Words are infused with conviction, yet gentle, as he shares his vision of Jesus standing at God's right hand. Stephen could do this because he was convinced and he lived the life of the risen Christ. For if truly we believe that our Lord Jesus Christ who died is risen, therefore overcoming death and overcoming every limitation, our responses to the challenges of life will be different. Stephen's calm demeanor amidst persecution teaches us to remain composed even when faced with opposition. As Jesus said, blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Matthew chapter 5, verse 10. This gentleness can help de-escalate conflicts and create space for meaningful dialogue. There are wars in our families, there are wars in our homes, there are wars in our places of work, not because they are so terrible that we cannot manage, but because our communication style is faulty. If we all try our best to be a little more gentle, slow to respond or react to situations, particularly hurtful situations, many of the issues and problems in our world will be minimized. The wars in our world world today that is claiming so many lives and making so many people suffer grievously and unnecessarily is as a result of rash judgment, haughty actions, and hasty decisions. If we learn to sit and dialogue, if we learn to listen to the other, if we learn to be a little slow to speak, but more open to hear, we will be able to overcome a lot of the problems.
The week-long celebration came to an end with a call on communicators to be mindful of their role as bridge builders by not only what they say, but how they say it.
You look at how our villages are situated. Abuja is overpopulated. Relatively, it is safer than most places. So for most people, it's better for me to be in Abuja than to be in my village because it is safer. Unfortunately for the priests, sometimes they happen to be the only exception of people you could say belong to a certain class who live in the villages. Some of the chiefs do not reside in the villages. They also live in the cities. So they become very soft targets. I think that is the main point. Somehow people want easy money. Don't forget that with the cashless situation, cash has dried up everywhere. So kidnapping is now an industry that is thriving. And then they look at who is easily able to get them so much money is the priest. If the priest goes away, it doesn't have to be his family. They are targeting the church, they are targeting the parishioners, they are targeting government because it will make so much news and everybody will rally behind the priest. And unfortunately, sometimes it is found out that those who carry out such activities are even members. So they are not far away. It means that it has to be members of the community. So I think it fits into the narrative of the general insecurity in the country. And unfortunately, the priest cannot abandon the village. So he has to be there with the villagers because that is where he belongs, unlike the chiefs and others